Have you ever thought of time as a flowing river? The Buddha says, we are all standing on the bank of this river. Behind us is the part that has already flowed by, our past. Ahead of us is the part that is yet to come, our future. And right beneath our feet, the water that is touching us right now, that is our present. But what do? We stand on the bank of the present, but our eyes are fixed on the water that has long since passed. In that water, we search for our sunken dreams, our broken boats, and the people we have lost. And in this effort, we fail to see the fresh, vibrant, and precious moment flowing right beneath our feet. Today, we are going to talk about that water that has flowed by, about the past, which we have turned into a heavy burden. We will understand why our mind keeps diving back into the past. We will learn the price we pay in our present and our future for being imprisoned by the past, and how the path shown by the Buddha helps us understand that the past is not a swamp to drown in, but a map to learn from and move forward. The Buddha says, the past is a lesson. Today's journey is not about crying on the riverbank, but about learning to swim out of the current. We will talk about every single problem tied to the past: regret, anger, shame, the feeling of incompleteness, and we will also learn how to read the lessons that are hidden within our wounds. So listen to these words very carefully. This is not just a consolation. It is an invitation to see your own story from a new perspective. Because the Buddha explains, as long as you keep trying to catch the water that has already passed, you will always be tired. The moment you let it flow and bring your attention to the water right beneath your feet, that is the moment you begin to live. According to the Buddha, our mind remains stuck in the past because it gives us a false sense of security. The past, no matter how painful, is familiar. The future is unknown and uncertain. The mind is afraid of uncertainty. Therefore, it repeatedly goes back to that familiar street, even if that street is filled with thorns. The Buddha says, this is a deep illusion of the mind. It thinks that by dwelling on the past, it can avoid making mistakes in the future. But what happens is exactly the opposite. Let's look more deeply at the invisible anchors with which we have tied our boat to the shore of the past. The first and heaviest anchor is regret. If only I hadn't made that decision. If only I had stayed a little longer. If only I had said those words. The Buddha explains, regret is the most toxic addiction of the mind. It takes you to a world that never existed and never can. You create an alternate past in your mind, a perfect past, and then you torture yourself by comparing your reality to that fantasy. The Buddha says, this is a wound that you scratch open yourself every single day, and then you complain about why it isn't healing. Regret doesn't make you a better person. It just makes you a fearful person, afraid to make any decisions in the future. The second anchor is anger and resentment. How could they have done that to me? Why do bad things always happen to me? When we remember a painful event from the past, we keep the fire of anger and bitterness alive in our minds towards that person or situation. According to the Buddha, holding anger for someone in your mind is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. But that coal first burns your own hand. Your complaints are not even reaching that person, but they are burning your own peace to ashes every single day. The third anchor is shame. Many times we are ashamed of an old mistake or weakness. We feel that if people find out, they will judge us. We want to cut that part out of our identity. We pretend to be a perfect person. The Buddha says, the very thing you try to hide is the thing that begins to control you from within. Your shame follows you like a dark shadow. You can't laugh freely, you can't live freely, because you are always afraid that your hidden past might be exposed. And the fourth anchor is a sense of incompleteness, an unfinished relationship, an unfulfilled dream. We hold on to it in our minds. We feel that until it is complete, we cannot move on. The Buddha explains, nothing in life is incomplete. Every experience, every relationship is complete in itself, no matter how it ended. The end of a story doesn't make it incomplete. It was just the natural end of that story. Holding on to it is like trying to make a withered flower bloom again. What is the effect of these anchors on our boat today? The Buddha explains, the first consequence is that we completely forget how to live in the present. Our body is in this moment, but our mind is wandering in the memories of the past or the worries of the future. We don't fully see the smile of our children. We don't fully taste the food we are eating. We live every moment half-heartedly. According to the Buddha, this is a state in which you are alive, but you are not living. You are just living as a ghost of your own memories. The second consequence is that we keep repeating the same mistakes. The Buddha says, the past you don't learn from, you are condemned to repeat, because you never understood the lesson from that event. You just held on to its pain. A person who was betrayed in a relationship, if they don't learn the lesson about trust and recognizing people's character from that experience, it is very likely they will be attracted to the same kind of person in the future. The past is not chasing you. You are unknowingly chasing the past. The third consequence is that we close ourselves off to new opportunities. The Buddha explains, when your fists are full of the dust of the past, how will you pick up the diamonds of the future? When your heart is filled with old sorrows, how can there be space for new joys? Holding on to the past keeps you away from new experiences, new people, and new opportunities. You unknowingly build an invisible wall around yourself. And the fourth, most tragic consequence is that we cannot forgive ourselves. The biggest burden of the past is not the mistakes of others, but our own mistakes. We continue to see ourselves as a criminal in our own eyes. According to the Buddha, not being able to forgive yourself is the greatest cruelty you can inflict upon your own soul. You are punishing yourself in a courtroom where you are both the judge and the accused. So how do we get out of this prison? How do we cut these anchors? The Buddha's entire philosophy is based on a single principle: a little light of awareness, and the courage to bring it into daily practice. The first formula for turning the past into a lesson is to accept. Whatever happened, as it happened, accept it completely. Don't fight it. Stop the game of what if and if only. Accept that it was a part of your story. The Buddha says, the moment you stop fighting and just accept, the power of the past to control you is cut in half. The Buddha's second teaching is to find the lesson. Every painful experience is like a harsh teacher. It comes to teach you a precious lesson. Sitting quietly, ask yourself, what did this event teach me? What did this mistake tell me about myself? How did this pain make me stronger, wiser, or more compassionate? According to the Buddha, the moment you see the lesson hidden in that experience, the experience becomes not a wound, but a gift. The Buddha's third and most powerful formula is to forgive. This may seem the most difficult, but it is the most necessary. First, forgive the person who hurt you, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. The Buddha explains, carrying the burden of anger and resentment is an exhausting task. Forgiveness is the act of putting that burden down. And then, forgive yourself. For every mistake, for every misunderstanding. Understand that at that time, with the understanding and awareness you had, you did the best you could. There is a beautiful Zen story. A master was on a long journey with his disciple. On the way, they had to cross a fast-flowing river. The master told the disciple, make a paper boat. The disciple was surprised, but he obeyed. As soon as the boat touched the water, it started to fall apart. The disciple, terrified, shouted, Master, this boat is sinking. The master calmly said, yes. The purpose of this boat was only to teach you that some boats are not meant to cross the river. Some are only meant to teach you not to trust a paper boat. Now let go of this boat and learn to swim. The Buddha explains, many of our past experiences are just like that paper boat. They are meant to teach us something. Our job is not to cry while holding on to those sinking boats. Our job is to learn the lesson from them, thank them, and then let them go, and learn to swim with our own strength. This is what it means when it is said, the past is a lesson. It is an invitation to become a wise student of your past, instead of being its prisoner. If this quiet conversation has touched a deep wound in your soul, and you want to begin the journey of letting go of the burden of the past, and living in a light and aware present, then join this family. Subscribe to this channel, so we can keep reminding each other that every moment that has passed is a lesson. And today, go to the comments and make a powerful resolve. This will be a signal to your own mind that you are now ready to move on. Write, my past is my school, not my prison. Because according to the Buddha, the moment you learn to read the lessons hidden in the wounds of your past, in that very moment, you become ready to face every storm of the future. Your past becomes not your weakness, but your greatest strength.